Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Let's add some music. And of course, I forgot to do this. One moment. And I'm hearing myself. Fernbus, yes. And if I got there, that should be perfect. Okay, now let's add some music. Hope you're doing well. I finally got to know how to make the horn work, and I got the VDL buses. No double decker, of course. That's the horn. Readjust myself a little bit more. Don't need that. Don't need that. Destination. Yeah, that should do fine. Don't know what that does. Don't like that horn, but we'll have to do with that. Let's go do that. Still new to this bus, basically. Driver's light, don't need that. Reading light clearance, don't need that. Passenger monitor. Automatic. Perfect. Alright, we are ready to go. Can you guys hear me well? I think so. Hello, Pointless Warrior. Hello, Philip. Hello, Onsite. Welcome to the stream. You're feeling unwell today? Let's hope today. I hope the stream today helps you today. Some people have vacation starting today. Some people yesterday. No cousin today, so yeah. That's good. We're going from Paris to Amsterdam. I think this route actually exists, but I don't think it's this way. Usually, when it comes to Eurolines, I think they do Paris to Antwerp to Rotterdam to Amsterdam, but they don't go to Germany, I believe. Alright, let's go. Alright, it's clear. We got the longest bus today in Fernbus, I believe. I'm very excited for the next phase and stuff for the bus, and you know, and what's to be seen. in the future, hopefully that happens when they get the double decker and all that, which is confirmed. And then the multiplayer phase 2, guys. I'm excited for that because that's when we open up to multiplayer functionality, and then we get the double decker, and then I think they got line 200, which is very nice. They're getting. It'll be the first double decker I believe TML has ever made. I believe this is when it comes to city bus simulators. So, of course, on Fernbus and the tourist bus, it's happened before. So yeah. Let's have a look. This is the longest bus in Fernbus, I believe. It's longer than the double decker, probably. Well, it's just as long, probably. Not too sure, but I think it is the longest bus within Fernbus. With laggy bits. Let's have a look. Let them know. Let's bring this slowly. Okay, good. Ready. Hey. This is what we're going to be doing, I believe. Okay, now stop the vehicle. Very fast opening doors. Okay. Amsterdam. We're not going to that city. No. No, that's the wrong side. Just fly. Let's hopefully talk about America's transportation situation a little bit on the right. Okay, good. Anyone else? Seems to be fine. Ready to go. Now, let's just wait a moment. So yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit on the American transportation situation. A lot of people say it's absolutely trash and whatnot, but I think because it's such a wide nation, it's a big nation, I felt like I need to talk about it today, maybe? Alright. All's good. We could technically pull out right now, but do we time lapse? Let's do that. So let's go. I know a lot of people say, but you spew a lot of hate towards America. Well, not necessarily. Usually it's a bit of jokes, but in reality I don't hate the United States. I think it could be made better, not hated upon. Choosing the right words here. But yeah, I think with American transportation, I think America is more dependent on flight than buses, and I know why. I believe it's because the country is huge, which makes it how do you say, more likely to how do you say, you're going from one place to another part of the United States, which is a huge nation. In some ways, it's bigger than continental Europe, and it's hard to explain, but yeah, that's the case. So if I want to fly from, let's say, New York to yeah, a lot of people hate Joe Biden, even myself. In fact, I prefer Trump over him because Joe Biden is causing war and issues. Let's not go into politics just yet, but with transportation, buses are much more successful in Europe than in America. I think I know why, because it's a very long route to go from one city to another, and because cities are usually very, very far apart, or towns are very far apart, coaches aren't profitable, and they're more of an inconvenience. Well, if you go to like Europe, where everything is close by and whatnot, everything is a bit more compact. If you go to Asia, like if you go to Japan and whatnot, it's very, very compact, which means coaches and buses would benefit the most because they won't have space for actual planes, but they'll have space for buses and whatnot. It's alright. I'm going to show your opinion as well. So yeah, he wants to push LGBT to Muslim. Yeah, I think that's a wrong thing to do. Like, personally, I'm not against LGBT, but I am definitely going to say that it shouldn't happen. In some ways, they've even pushed Muslims to do the worst things in the world. Like, I would think Iran is much better than Saudi Arabia. A lot of people would say, but how? Doesn't Iran support China? And you hate China, the Chinese government. Well, thing is, that's not the case. Iran in itself is self-sufficient. Thus, it doesn't really need to rely on the United States. It doesn't even need to rely on China. It could create all of its goods within Iran. Now, Iran itself is very self-sufficient. It got plenty of land. It got a lot of areas. So, like, I think you might even have a little bit of desert within Iran, and some parts of it have oil. There are other places that aren't so oily, and you got a lot of things that otherwise it isn't really that dependent on the world. It's very self-sufficient. But yeah, anyways, like, the whole idea of LGBT is a bit wrong. But I can respect the people. Like, I've probably gone across a few gay people in my life, but you know, I don't dislike them. I dislike, the only part I dislike about them is probably the fact that they're gay, but I don't even dislike that. I dislike the fact that it's just they're going up against their own beliefs, their original beliefs, to go with desires. You know, Islam and many religions state they should abstain from certain desires, and yeah, that's basically what it says and whatnot. But I think it's very wrong, I believe. Like, culturally, I would say LGBT isn't so good. I'm not saying people shouldn't have the rights to be gay. I think the spreading of the promotion of it should be abstained, which but it should be allowed. The promotion of gayness should probably be abstained, but the idea that they exist, and I don't have problems who are gay with people who are gay. Anyways, I've gone way off topic. My bad. Because we were talking about the United States transport situation. Yes, the United States does have a lot of aviation. That's why you see a lot of people flying every day. Like, some people have to fly to their work, literally. Well, in Europe, if I say I'm flying to my work, most people would either laugh about it or think that you're extremely rich. Financially self-capable. Well, in reality, it's not like that here. Like, of course, you can have very, very cheap flights and whatnot, and really nice flights and whatnot, but yeah. But buses do the job as well. Most cases in Europe, since everything's a bit cramped between city to city, town to town, it's very, very difficult to get planes around. And since it's so cramped, or it's so compact, you don't have space for airports and stuff like that. You don't have as much space. But if I was going from London to other big cities, I'm sure I can when it comes to flying. But I could also I could still go on to bus routes from London to, I don't know, Luton, where the flight is so small that it's illogical to take a flight from London to Luton. So London City to Luton. So in most cases, people will be taking the bus. So like the National Express, for example, or the equivalent of a Greyhound in America, like going from San Diego to LAX, or not LAX, but Los Angeles. So Los Angeles to San Diego. Even though you can take a flight, it's probably more logical to take a bus. Probably, or if you go from Los Angeles to San Francisco. But then flying from, let's say, Los Angeles to Anchorage in Alaska, you'd be flying. It's just, I think coaches are much better. Like, having a mixture of planes and coaches are definitely a plus side, not a negative side. And I think Americans should really think about it in a more positive light. It shouldn't be thought as an inconvenience. It should be something like, it should be an option to go from one city to another with a bus / coach and a plane. Now, in some cases, there are places that don't have the financial capabilities to have an airport, but they definitely have a bus depot in which they could take coaches and bring you from one side to another. Like, I could personally I could go to London Victoria Station, coach station. It could bring me to Rotterdam. But if I was flying, I'll be flying from London City to Rotterdam Den Haag, which is about 30 minutes compared to 12 hours. But Rotterdam doesn't, but the city I'm going to, so Dordrecht, doesn't actually have an airport. But I prefer buses because I get to see everything. In a more land idea, so like you enjoy. Fuel. It wouldn't. Like, I don't think fuel is such a problem for either plane or buses. Planes are actually more expensive than buses, I'm pretty sure. And I'm sure of that. But yeah. But planes are definitely way more expensive when it comes to flying a 737 and stuff like that. But in reality, I would suggest that having a bus is like great for small range, low range travel. So like up to 15 minutes, no, 15 hours of driving maximum. You know, and that's like the legal limits by then. But you can drive around. In reality, it's probably best that you drive. Well, you could go up to 15 hours of range, and a little bit more than that, depending on the situation. So if I'm going from London to, I don't know, Nice, I could probably do that by bus. I could also, but then I'll have to go on to a separate bus, so I'll have to go on 2 buses. 88 million for a plane. Yeah, that's just to buy a plane in itself. Buses themselves, they don't cost that much. Like I've heard people listing. Well, I've seen people listing up bendy buses for about 10k euros, and I could get articulated buses. Something has gone wrong. So yeah, I could go on a plane, which only has about the same population as a bendy bus. A bendy bus versus a, how do you say, a 737. It's relatively the same passenger amount, especially in like the 800 or 700 variants of the 737. But yeah, overall I would say buses, bendy buses, etc. Those are relatively affordable forms of transport. They're very affordable. Like I could go from here, from London's coach station to the Rotterdam Central for about 50 quid for a round trip, I believe. I think it's a round trip, which means it's really affordable. And I could easily just snap a ticket and go there for about 50 euros without a problem. 50 euros or something like that. It's not very high expense. While on planes it's like £100 or 100 euros for one way from London City to Rotterdam. London City is near to Canary Wharf. It's usually a working or an employment type airport, so people usually use that to go to their work sites internationally. It's a hub, I would say, for workers. So yeah, I could fly from there to Rotterdam. I could also go by bus. But I much prefer buses because I could see what's out there, and I could see the beautiful scenery, see what's actually happening. Maybe I could somewhat experience the culture. I know in Antwerp you get about half an hour stopover, in which you could just get off the bus, you could just walk around for a bit, and yeah. 1 gallon for planes is $170, but I don't know about planes. Yeah, it's relatively a lot, but like buses are much more affordable overall. You know, much more affordable. Buses, I could go from anywhere really. So yeah, I'm more in favor of buses in the way that you can see whatever's happening, and sometimes you get some fun situations where, because you're spending a relatively long time on board of a bus, it's like 12 hours for example, you have time to make friends with your neighboring passengers, and you got and you know, great people I've met on Eurolines, for example, which is a coach company. I've gone from London coach to Rotterdam Central Station, and both are fantastic. You know, I got to experience being able to talk to people and whatnot, see family as well at the end of the ride, whether it's in London or it's in the Netherlands. It's a very beautiful, beautiful thing, you know? You get to speak to people that otherwise you've never met, or you would never meet, usually. And you could make some really good things. Yeah. I got to see a band, like people with guitars and whatnot. They got a band and I sat next to them, and it was really nice. Like, those people were fantastic people. There was one girl on the other road, on the other bus, that, or another coach, back in 2014 or something. No, it was 2012 or something. I got to speak to her and whatnot. And then my mum stupidly decided to leave off at Brida, which I think was a stupid idea, because if you do a geography check, if you go on Google Maps, get a measuring tape or measure distance between Dordrecht and Brida, it's way longer than just Rotterdam to Dordrecht. You could easily do that. Check. Go onto Google Maps and have a look at over there. Brida is a longer distance away, and the thing is, my uncle is already waiting for us in Rotterdam, and it really pissed him off right there. I think it was in 2012. But otherwise, it was a very nice experience. An experience that I'll probably never miss. Well, that I will miss, sorry. And it's going to be different from now on, because traveling will be a lot more difficult because of Brexit. Another thing is, even though I'm more in favor of Brexit, and then COVID restrictions. So, yeah, so because of those, I'm going to struggle meeting fantastic people for a while. The options, they're a lot less now, but hopefully soon enough I could continue going back. I could go to the Netherlands by bus and whatnot in the future. Maybe when I'm fully employed, I could then go on my holidays and whatnot and then see family that way. Or I get to see fantastic places and whatnot. Maybe I could live here as well as live in Germany as well, because that's what I think of doing one day. That moon is gigantic. Some person went there in 1969 or something. It was 1963, believe it or not. But yeah, 1960s, let's just say. But yeah, people can be very, very nice. So you get to actually have a connection with people on board. So it's not just a random ride. You're actually connecting with people. While on planes, either most people are already with their friends majority of the times, or they're silent because it's such a short journey. But if you're able to communicate with people, just go and select the longer route. Like, you might say, but why? Isn't that a waste of time? Okay, forget your phone. And I mean, keep your phone at home, and any means that you could use to distract yourself, throw it at home. Keep it at home, and go to your holiday without those. So your phone maybe you won't need, maybe your laptop. Or if you do have a laptop, use that, or bring in your phone, but don't use it for extensive time, because having a ride, even if I'm driving from here, from London to India, if I go from London to India, it's a 5-day trip or something. It's a relatively long journey. At least that way, I can. So from London to Delhi, it'll be a great journey. Just don't use your phone. Don't use any forms of technology, and just get to communicate with people. Indian, British, French, German, whoever. Just speak to people. And trust me, you'll find some great people on board. And you'll be able to have fantastic connections for a relatively long times. There are times where you could pretty much become very lucky and maybe start dating one of the passengers, or get married to one of the passengers you've met on buses. I know that seems like way out of whack, but it's possible. Don't ignore that option. You know, take the longer journey. If you are lonely or anything, take the longer journey, because the longer journey means you get to see a better world. And shoot, and actually, yeah. So communicate with people. That we're social animals, social beings. Do that, and once you have the next opportunity to travel, take the longer route. Even though you might say, but why? Even my brother judged me for it, but in reality, I think it makes no sense that we go on the shorter journey. I know. So, just do what you think is best for you. If you're feeling low and you want to speak to people and whatnot, take the longer journey. You will not regret it. And start communicating. Doesn't matter who you're communicating to, as long as you communicate appropriately, then you might end up having a great relationship at the end of the day. Maybe you could get, just with a very good communication, you build up your communication, you build yourself up from the ground up. You will not regret it. So, yeah. A lot of people are missing out on that opportunity. But yeah, sometimes needing holidays is something that needs to happen. Holidays might be a requirement and should be a requirement. At least it doesn't matter where you go. The real journey is when you're going on the bus ride or on a longer route with the same people. If you're in America and you're not working and you have a leisure time or a time that you could go and spend it on a holiday, use that opportunity to go on longer rides. You will not regret it. Communicate with people, enjoy it. While on planes are meant for like fast travel and very little distractions on board. Because usually the people who go on to planes, they're already very tired when they get on because of the security checks that need to happen before. So you got this, the border control, you got searches and whatnot, and weight measurements, and you got another 100 people with you. So it takes a relatively long time to do. While on buses, it takes a lot less energy because there is, of course, security checks, but there's usually the one that you do when you're in the station, and then you go on to the border control, and then in Dover or something, and then you do your paperwork, you send your you show them your passport, you do your due diligence, and you go back on your ride. They could do the searches and whatnot, and then you go back on your bus and enjoy the ride. And then I know for sure, from my own experience, if you're in Calais or you're in Dover, I know for sure that there's a shopping mall as well. So if there's a shopping mall at the border control, go to that one, do what you need to do, go to the toilet, get a sip of tea or whatnot. They sell coffee. I think they might even sell alcohol, but drink respectfully, or don't be drunk. Preferably, go to the toilet when you need to. Get food and whatnot, and then you go on the bus and then you eat and drink on the route. Because actually, believe it or not, I've gone with my mum from London to Rotterdam. We barely eat, and I mean we barely eat in a way that it is because we don't have any bus attendants or whatnot, or the equivalent of flight attendants, and we don't really have a kitchen. So what we do is we pack up a lot of sandwiches with mortadella. If you don't know what mortadella is, basically sausage, usually beef or chicken. It's really thick sausage, so it's not just any random sausage. Search up mortadella and you know what I mean. And we have it in the bread bread buns, and we eat it on the way. Sometimes in planes they charge you for foods. Yes, that's an obvious one. Yes, that does happen. Ryanair does, for example. So if you go on a plane, make sure you have a bit of cash with you if you want to eat, but I wouldn't recommend you eat the plane food if it costs anything. But up to you really. If you are allowed to pack up some food with you, it's like sandwich or something, take that with you. Make sure that you go through security before you get the food, because for some reason in some airports they might forbid you from doing that. So or buy some water and whatnot. If you're diabetic and whatnot, show them your papers to prove that you are, and you're good to go. They wouldn't stop you after that, I believe. Just make sure you do things appropriately and behave appropriately, and you'll be good on the way. You know, my brother, he takes the bus rides that we take to the Netherlands for granted, which is very wrong. Shouldn't have, because you know he missed out on a lot of things that could have made him change his mind and say, but hey, I really like to go on buses because I get to see people, I get to talk to people, regardless of whether or not they're with you for the entire ride. Just be grateful for it. No matter how much you pay, as long as you enjoy the ride, then you're good to go. So yeah, don't waste that opportunity. Doesn't matter who you are, just make sure that you take advantage of that opportunity. If there's a... My parents don't same. I'm such a rebel, believe it or not. Because the thing is, if you're going on normal public transport, so like if you're going on to London buses and whatnot, okay, I could understand if you're going really short journeys. But if you're sticking with someone, if you're sitting next to someone for a very, very long time, so let's say you're on a ride for 12 hours or something, okay, I think I could let it slide in a way. Either way, the person has probably gone border checks and whatnot. So you got preventative measures to look after you. They usually can't bring in poison or anything like that on board. They can't do any of that, so I think you'll be fine. Oh, let's do that. Actually, oh, let's do that. Much better. But yeah, yeah. Even my mum is against it, but I do it anyways, and I get to meet fantastic people. Just make sure you don't eat anything from them, because they're random people after all. But have conversations and stuff. Just don't have anything. Don't take anything from them, and don't give them anything. Just make sure that you talk. You know, then you can have a great conversation with people. And in some ways, it could actually make people relax, because usually they come onto these buses and whatnot, and they're usually stressed. Yeah, talking is fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Just take the proper precautions and you're good to go. But yeah. So, in some ways, taking the longer journey isn't wasting time, but in fact, making new relationships. Because if you spend enough time with a specific person, you're bound to know who they are. You're bound to learn who they are. So, yeah. But if you're with someone for like 10 minutes, they wouldn't give a damn. Like, if you go on New York subways, or if you go on to London Underground, people don't want to talk often. People don't talk, usually, because they're only there for like 5 minutes and they're off the train. But if you go on to like a really long journey, it's a different situation. So, yeah. Without many, station stop. Your dad is diabetic, so he gets the fastest way. Sometimes the fastest way isn't the best way for diabetic people. Diabetic people, sometimes is better, but I think if you need to go to the toilet, if you need to get on to eating food and whatnot, I would say just make sure you have packed up foods and whatnot and get ready to go. Just make sure you get things ready and prepared before you get on the ride. So yeah. But I have nothing wrong with people who choose aviation over buses, or buses over aviation. Nothing against them, but I just want them to be able to see a world that they probably have never thought of. My world is very different to my brother's world when it comes to going on buses and coaches. So, yeah. You know? Yeah. Let's get this. So, going from Paris to thing. To be fair, after this conversation, I think buses are way better. Yeah? That's perfectly fine. Like, honestly, some cases buses are worse, but some cases they're better. So if I was flying from, if I'm honest, if I'm going from London to Australia, in no way I would take the bus route. There's no way of getting there by bus. Now, of course, it is possible. Some people have done it before, but that takes a really long time. It's beyond me. It's not even a week. It's going to go beyond, probably 2 weeks or so, to go from that side to the other. Because a lot of things will slow you down. So in many ways, I would say planes would be better when it comes to going from here to Australia. But if there's another option, like if you're going from London to India, take the longer journey. You'd enjoy it. Yeah. Because you're already taking a 20-hour flight. Why would I make a 20-hour flight even longer? You know? you're already going to have a fantastic communication. Just communicate with people on the flight and you'll be good to go. Because you're going Project Sunrise if that was the case. But yeah. But buses are fantastic when it comes to shorter journeys with planes, but longer journeys by bus. So if I'm saying, if I'm going from London to Moscow, for example, you might want to take the bus here. I know you'd be taking a lot longer, but take the bus if that's an option. But if I'm going from here to Australia, I'm definitely taking a plane. No ifs and no buts. But yeah, because that's the best way to do it. But that's my general preference. So if the flight is already taking more than 15 minutes, 15 hours, or more than 10 hours, I might as well take a plane. But if it's less than that, take a bus, enjoy yourself. But that depends where you're going, of course. Like flying from here for a flight for 5 hours from London to the Azores. Alright, that's kind of unrealistic. Because I know you can... it's a very short flight. I would suggest in that case, don't take the bus. Because there's no way of getting through that. It's just going to take way too long and you're not going to be able to communicate with anyone. So just take the bus route. No, take the plane route instead. But yeah. But if you're surrounded by land and you're always using land, use the bus. Now we're going to Frankfurt. Yes, it's very nice. What beautiful, beautiful scenery. Also, in the future, if anything, I'll probably become a PCV driver and drive coaches around. Because of the capabilities I have, the power I have to be able to enjoy myself. You know. Being able to power sociability and whatnot. Something I like. While on planes it's a bit of a different situation. It's always safety, safety, safety. While on buses all they say is buckle up, get ready for this journey. And then you get a move on after 30 minutes. And you're good. You're gone. Out of the station. Whatnot. Thinking about it, I really miss... what did I do? Hold on. Yeah, I think I just became an idiot and turned off my engine by accident. You hate plane turbulence? A lot of people do. I don't dislike it, but I just think it scares the living Jesus out of me. But yeah. Because they're usually random. So... and those sometimes are very dangerous, so... yeah. Depending on the situation. For buses, you don't need to worry about turbulence. The only turbulence you have is wind. And that's not really turbulence, is it? Crying babies? I've been speeding? No, I was going the speed limit. What are you talking about? I'm going 95 kilometers in a 100. What are you talking about? Yeah, you hate the babies crying. Well, usually babies take the plane. And most people get unwell on planes. That's almost a given. Like, for my family members, like my brother and my sister, they often, and my mum in some cases, they get really unwell on planes. My mum, um, when she was escaping the Saddam regime within Iraq, uh, when she took up the refugee status and was going on the way to the Netherlands, um, she flew in and whatnot. So she flew in to the Netherlands, but she spent most of that time passed out. She couldn't handle it. She was unwell. Like, unwell as in she couldn't handle it. And we got a checkpoint. Yeah, so she couldn't handle the stress of a plane. So she usually gets a bit unwell. So yeah. But for buses, they can handle it much better. Even though they might get a little bit unwell here and there, they enjoy buses much better because they're more used to it and so on. They know it better. They're more familiar. No. Okay. 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 Cool. Good. Good to go. But yeah. Fat Reich literally means fat empire. Stop poking fun on the US. Blue isn't fat. He's just healthy, I should say. But anyways, yeah. If you want to enjoy yourself and whatnot and have a more sociable life, go on buses. Am I automatically just an advert for like Flixbus and Eurolines all of a sudden? Am I just an advert for those guys now? Probably. I wouldn't be shocked. Of course, I'm not sponsored, but I'd love to. But I doubt they would know who I am in order to sponsor people. They usually get familiar with it. But yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm not sponsored today, and I'm not advertising. But like, even though I'm advertising buses, I'm just specifically talking about my personal experience. Sounds like an advert, but yeah. But yeah, it's not because of the transition from aviation to buses, by the way. The fantastic things can be seen. What a nice village over there. Is that mountains? That's literally that looks like mountains over there. Those stuff I'll miss out on a plane. Looks like some mountains over there. Overtake this fella. So yeah, overall, how would you say? Aviation is a great thing, especially if you're in a rush. But you have to deal. Well, you have to go on a plane 2 hours Oh no, you have to be at the airport 2 hours prior to the flight to go through the security and all that. Usually, so I much prefer buses because you don't have to deal with not being able to make them stop or anything like that. They're much more patient because they can somewhat understand you better. Oh yes, I feel like an advertisement. God dang it. Hehe. Yeah, so what would I like to do in the future? For holidays or something, I'd love to go to continental Europe using a coach. I really miss it, and I think it's a great experience to be able to come back with. Now, of course, right now, you wouldn't see much people driving about or anything like that. You wouldn't. It's usually just stressed people wanting to go to places because of their employment. But I would love to go there after everything has been sorted in terms of lockdown and everyone's gotten vaccinated and whatnot. And I'll go to Europe and whatnot. I'd love to do this. Yeah. Yes. There are many bus routes that I could probably utilize. I just want to go on a bus for the sake of it. Even if that means going to the Netherlands again, whatnot, next summer. Maybe not this summer, but next summer. The summer after the whole everyone being vaccinated and whatnot. After everyone's been vaccinated, everything will reopen. I'm sure of that. Now, of course, they're dealing with a lot of other stuff. They're thinking of a third dose of the vaccine, and I'm like, no, you're overdosing people that way, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, I think having one or more than one dose is just overdosing. A lot of people I've heard die because of this, but I don't know, because that could actually be very dangerous. So you shouldn't be playing with medical tools like that. In my general opinion, why don't they just get dealt with by scientists? Why don't scientists go out and speak like actual scientists who know what they're talking about? To talk about the vaccines and whatnot, and see how much doses you have to take until it can potentially hurt you. Now, I've heard a lot of people get get the second dose and passed. I think the first dose is good enough for most, if I'm honest with you. The first dose is all I would want, if anything. I wouldn't want the second, I wouldn't want the third, I just want the first. That's all I want. Nothing else, because at least at that point I have some form of antibodies to keep me alive and whatnot. So, I don't really see the reason for the extra doses. Of course, some people would need it, especially people who are especially with really weak immune systems. But yeah. Anyways, I am very excited to see the world reopen again. in 2022. And I know for sure it's 2022 because vaccines are being given out and whatnot throughout the world, and by Britain, by the United States, by Germany, by Russia and whatnot. So everyone's getting vaccinated at this point. A lot of work is being done. Why didn't I make any content for the High Champion documents? Well, I've been thinking of doing content then. It's been especially hard to find actual news. There's not just news that is interesting, but like I want news that isn't just interesting but new. You know, I don't want news that is basically the same thing over and over. I want the news for the games. I want something not even exclusive, but I want something that I find valuable. Shoot. How did they not clown over me? Slipped all over the place. Yeah, don't speed up at this point. Slow down. Looks clear, let's go. You what? All spilled, thanks. I'm pretty sure your coffee is cold now. Because we've been driving for a very long time. Who here is excited for the bus? Because I am. A lot of people are. For the second phase and then maybe the third phase. Would be great to see what happens next. Because after that, when the mods get posted and whatnot. Yeah. Right now it's very incomplete in my opinion. I just realized I didn't have money. Yeah, just make sure you save some money maybe next time. But yeah, like in my humble opinion, the bus is a great game, but I think when there's more routes and there's more roads that you could get on and what's it called? More bus routes, more roads, and more maps and whatnot. Once you have those, you'll be able to see what's it called? Better maps and whatnot. In fact, I would be pretty interested into seeing what people have to offer. I know for sure Chris is currently working on a Spanish map with his mate. So yeah. So yeah, I would suggest that you save yourself some extra pennies and whatnot, and you'll be good to go. Just make sure you don't spend your money too much. Yeah, you'll be fine. Or change your your country, and use that form of transaction. I know that's sort of evil, but you could literally just change your nationality through Steam to another store which has it low priced and buy that way. I know it's cheeky, but do that. If that works, then you'd be able to afford the game. But I don't know what's the better option, and I don't mean VPN or something. Just change your nationality or where you're based, and then switch it back to normal. If that works, and that would hopefully help. Just make sure you have enough money to use. Now, of course, it may cost a little bit extra because it really isn't where you're based, because your credit card and whatnot. So make sure you have extra cash on board your wallet, and you'll be good to go. So yeah, I still have my Lando 747s. Really nice. It's very beautiful. I still look at it every day because it's my first eBay purchase trophy. So yeah. Shocking that for the first purchase on eBay I wasn't scammed. Two kilometers on the bus is really long. Alright, let's open the doors real quick. Welcome to Frankfurt. Let's open. Is that going to work? Leverkusen. At the back. Lazy human being. Rotterdam, yes please. Yes please. Yes. What's wrong with you guys? Why are you guys so lazy? Hello Yazara. Why can't you just walk to the other side of the bus? Alright. And I'm not talking about you guys, chat. Duisburg? No, okay. Anyone else? Nope. Basically ready to go. Wow. We have a whole hour. Almost. They'll get hit by a car. Well, no, that's not the case though. They won't get hurt. Like, I've witnessed actual drivers, bus drivers, they actually have a purpose for the first side, the right side of the luggage compartment. So let me shut off my engines for a moment. So then we can reduce the volume. So you see, right side, right? People say if you're going to London, put your luggage onto the right side. If you're going to any other city, go over here. Okay? If you're going to France, if you're going to Belgium, if you're going to Germany, etc. Well, if you're going to London, you go to the right side. They actually make it a purposeful thing. So like the left side, so the right side from the driver would be London, and then the right side will be the rest of the ride. as an example. And I know for sure that of that because, you know, that's a real thing. They won't get hit necessarily as long as they're smart. Let's go and drive. Do we need to refuel? I don't know if I need to refuel. Wait, is this a manual? Is this a manual vehicle? I don't know if this is manual. No, this isn't manual, is it? Where's the D? Okay. So that's the thing. Alright. So that's the gear stick effectively. Okay, so it's not really manual, is it? Alright, let's go continue the journey. But yeah, they won't get hit. And I know that for sure. Because as long as it is safe, then I'll do that. That's how it was. And I know that in person, real drivers have done that in the past. Let's go. Let's go to Cologne. Gamescom. Northern Alex. I should be put in the poster. So yeah, I know for sure they won't get hit by cars. Like, I think... Hello, Remy X Pratt. Welcome to the stream. We are going from Paris to Amsterdam. It's a real route, but... It's sort of based on the real route, but it isn't a real route. Because I don't believe it goes that far into Germany. So we've been driving from Paris to Frankfurt. The H means we've gone there. It's Kev, bro. Ah, yes, I know who you are. You are infinitely dreaming, right? Infinity dreams. So we're going Frankfurt, Cologne, and then Rotterdam, and then Amsterdam. Beautiful. Yeah. Let's turn to the left. So I guess you're making music now. hopefully they could put in Belgium into the Fernbus, because that'll be nice. It'll be a great advantage. If they add like Brussels and then Antwerp and then whatnot. What else do you have? Yeah, that's all you need is Antwerp and Brussels to know where you're going. And they add Great Britain, because a lot of people, believe it or not, come from Great Britain into the Fernbus and whatnot. It's a real thing over here. A lot of Europeans as well, so it's very nice to know. I think Belgium should be a free thing after that. Like, in my humble opinion, I think if they ever release Belgium with only 2 cities, so like Antwerp and Brussels, it must be free. Like, I think it should be free as part of Luxembourg and the Netherlands as well. Well, it should be at least an update, because you know it'll be great, and only for the people that have the Dutch DLC and the French as well. Mostly Dutch, and then next thing you know is you get, what else do you get? And then you get Great Britain, and that way I can actually make the real route. So I can make real routes after that. So I could go London to Lille to Antwerp, and then finally Brussels and then Antwerp, and then Breda gas station stop, and then you do Rotterdam and Amsterdam, and you continue the journey on the way back. If they do that, that'll be fantastic. Because let me tell you, Flixbus actually operates within the UK now. Like, if you go to London Victoria, it's a great location to see those buses and whatnot. I believe it uses ZF. What is with the pop-ins and pop-outs of the scenery? That's really annoying. Because I want to see the speed limits. One thing I forgot to do. One specific thing. Okay, let's do that. Because then they could have a look into the video if they need. So yeah. So Kevin, have you ever been to London before? Or have you ever been to the UK before? Like to know. It's a very beautiful city. Now, if you go to like London's coach station, you will find out that actually there's a lot of Flixbuses, and I think you know, Eurolines is partnered with Flixbus now, I believe. You know, Okie dokie. So let's see, because they're begging for me to petrol station. Alright, nice. And they get to know that I'm here. Another one. And they know where I am. Good. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Let's go fuel up a little bit as well. Would like to do that. Let's go fuel up. Let's park this up right here because they're begging for us to have a break. Doesn't it look so European? Jesus Christ. Hello. Again? Let's have a little bit of a break. 5 minutes probably. Um, yeah. 5 minutes will do. I'd love to have a timer somehow. I'm here for stream. Cloudbots 101. I'd love to have. So Cloudbot, I need to use. I don't have a Cloudbot, do I? I'm going to see if I can help myself. Because I wanna be back in a moment. Cloudbot, that's the one. Hold on, I need to figure this one in. That should do. Because I want to turn this on, but I don't know how. Okay, let me see if this works, because I am not too sure about it. Hmm. Hmm. I'm giving up. Okay, I'll be back in a moment because, you know, I got things to... I'll be back in a moment.
Rejoice, my friends, 'cause it's not the storms we ride on. I'm in arms to Zion. From Genesis to Revelation, trials and tribulation, Isaiah and Nehemiah. Time for separation, but rejoice, my friends, 'cause it's not the end. We'll sing a new song and so love a little, give a little, share a little, let's just pass it on. Give a little, love a little, let's just pass it on. Give a little, just a little, let's just pass it on. Take heed, read in the name of thy Lord, who created man from a clot, taught man by the pen what he knew not. So humble yourselves, come on, the day is coming, only time will tell, you'll be running, so rejoice, my friends, 'cause it's not the end. We'll sing a new song and so love a little, give a little, share a little, let's just pass it on. Give a little, love a little, let's just pass it on. Give a little, just a little, let's just pass it on. Right on. Sweet Abadi, Abadi, sweet Abadi, Abadi. So rejoice, my friends, 'cause it's not the end. We'll sing a new song and so love a little, give a little, share a little, let's just pass it on. Give a little, love a little, let's just pass it on. Give a little, love a little, let's just pass it on. Pass it on. Give a little, share a little, pass it on. Love a little, give a little, share a little, pass it on. Love a little, give a little, share a little, pass it on. Love a little, give a little, share a little. Come on, Jah, Allah, Jehovah, we marching on like soldiers. Babylon is over. We marching on. Jah, Allah, Jehovah, we marching on like soldiers. Babylon is over. We marching on. Jah, Allah, Jehovah, we marching on like soldiers. Babylon is over. We marching on. Through the storms we ride on. I'm in arms to Zion. From Genesis to Revelation, trials and tribulation, Isaiah and Nehemiah. Time for separation, but rejoice, my friends, 'cause it's not the end. We'll sing a new song and rejoice, my friends, 'cause it's not the end. We'll sing a new song and love a little, give a little, share a little. Let's just pass it on. Give a little, love a little. Let's just pass it on. Grab a little, just a little. Let's just pass it on. Right on. Sweet abadi, sweet abadi. So rejoice, my friends, 'cause it's not the end. We'll sing a new song and so love a little, give a little, share a little. Let's just pass it on. Give a little, love a little. Let's just pass it on. Give a little, love a little. Let's just pass it on. Pass it on. Give a little, share a little. Pass it on. Give a little, share a little. Pass it on. Give a little, share a little. Pass it on. Give a little, share a little. Come on, Jah, Allah, Jehovah. We marching on like soldiers. Babylon is over. We marching on, Jah, Allah, Jehovah. We marching on like soldiers. Babylon is over. We marching on, Jah, Allah, Jehovah. We marching on like soldiers. Babylon is over. We marching on. Through the storms we ride on, arming arms to Zion. From Genesis to Revelation, trials and tribulation, Isaiah and Jeremiah. Time for separation, but rejoice, my friends, 'cause it's not the end. We'll sing a new song and so love a little, give a little, share a little. Let's just pass it on. Give a little, love a little. Let's just pass it on. Grab a little, just a little. Let's just pass it on. Take heed, read in the name of thy Lord, who created man from a clot, taught man by the pen while he knew not. So humble yourselves, come on, the day is coming, only time will tell. You'll be running. So
I'm back. I'm sorry for that.
'cause it's not
I'm genuinely sorry. I'll be back right now, and we'll continue the ride. I know it's a very, very long time that you waited, but I apologize for that. I was looking for a timer. I should probably do that after stream. For a timer that actually works, you know. Because the timers that I put in did not work, so that's fine. Anyways, let's go start up. Apologies, guys. Alright, let's go. Let's drive it back in. Okay, good. Let's go. Let's go to Cologne. Almost said Calais. Wrong city. It's very far. do 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 da do do. Oh, buses, buses, buses. Next time I should have a timer for the be right back timer, so then everyone doesn't have to be so impatient about the fact that I what's it called, abandoned. Because I didn't abandon, I just was too stressed. So maybe I should do that after the stream, you know, because you know that's something. What's B? The hell? I don't know what B is. Oh, okay. Yeah. My bad. I know that was very, very dangerous move right there. I feel like going 100 kilometers an hour here. This feels like the straightest road in humanity. Maybe I should add more music that you can actually hear. So yeah. Work in progress, you what? Segan, okay. Guessing that's a future DLC plan. Where is East? Oh, it's here. So I'm guessing it's somewhere here. Tailgating, Jesus. Not literally. Everyone's left. Just had some minor issues, so yeah. Maybe I should add a timer when I come back. Like as in tomorrow. Should have a timer. I'll find something I could utilize. After we reach Amsterdam. I'll end the stream then and I will get a new timer and whatnot. If I need to add more music, that'll be better as well. Let's increase the volume. Send 10. Back. Hold on. That's not very helpful. I might as well not use it. Toddbot, get rid of that. Let's add the volume because no one's going to hear the music. Oh, do we need to? Cool. Bless him. Bethlehem. Let's adore him. Adore him. Temple. Come to Bethlehem. Let's do some music type thing. Hmm? 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 Just. Hmm? 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 Divine. Angel voices. Ah, divine. Nice. Night. Divine. It's a Christmas song, I know that. Easter's close. Oh yes. Okay, Scottish people. Hey. 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 Pog, 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 pog champ. Anyone here Scottish? Anyone? Is anyone Scottish watching today's stream? Is Graham Porter here? Is anyone here? Bring your Scottish friends. Hey, they just missed it. Hmm. Nice cathedral.
I think we're done, then you add more pain. I calm down and watch it dry, and there it is, my love, mind and body just can't agree on what I should do when I don't feel free. You're not holding me back, I know. We're young and we never take things slow. I lose my self-restraint. I think then you have no pain. I calm down and watch it fade, and there it is, my love.
Welcome to Gamescom. Gamescom City. Paid by the taxpayer.
I lose my self-restraint. I think we're done, then you add more pain. I calm down and I watch it dry, and there it is, my
Hey, Gamescom City.
stay with me and I
Da 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 da.
you
Da 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 da.
that makes you proud.
Hey. Britannia. Da 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 da. Oh, Britannia, Britannia out of the way. Never, never, never. Oh, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Britannia, Britannia all the way. Never, 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 I can't lose. Oh, Britannia, Britannia all the way. Oh, never, never, listen. Britannia, Britannia all the way. Never, 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 win on. Welcome to Gamescom City. Dang it. Enjoy Gamescom, you lot.
Catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is
Well,
falling, LG's calling. Check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing,
hey,
carols singing. Favorite season,
hey,
bells ringing,
hey.
favorite season. They said say Nick, but you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah.
Let's go to Rotterdam.
In that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen.
Cobblestone.
Comet,
Yay.
Garden, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the trees, put the lights up. Tis the season. Need no French tights, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this. Y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing. Favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing. Favorite season. They said say Nick, but you got up in that bag, yeah.
Hey.
I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said say Nick, but you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said say Nick, but you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said say Nick, but you got up in that bag. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, Scotland. Scotland. Was it Zelda? Don't know the difference. We all think that they are from Zelda anyways. Well, is Zelda based on Scotland? I think you know what I mean. I think Zelda is Scottish. Young man. Ya Habibi. Hey. Da 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 da. 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 Da 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 da. Da da da. Da 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 da. I think this is Zelda song in Scotland. Oh wait, isn't it the same? I don't know. Tell the Scottish man. Hey. Some grime sort of thing. Hey. We got Rotterdam, the city I'm very familiar with, as everyone knows now at this point. Hey. Is this grime or is it something else? I don't know the difference anyways. It's all the same genre technically, because it's all hip hop or something. Oh, funky lights. Funky lights. Just do that. I should make the US anthem parody. Be nice. Hey. I feel some stuff. Oh, there it is. Just ASMR music. Just whisper into you. Heavenly be. Silent night, holy night, all darkness flies. Jesus. Is here. Hold on. Let's go outwards for a moment. That's odd. Let's do this real quick. Oh, another. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Let's go drive. Let's ease on it. Okay, wonderful, let's go. Another Zelda song, of all people. Feels like it belongs in Zelda, instead of Scotland. Nice culture they got there though. I guess that's why they wanted to be part of Britain. Do, do, do. Wow, we're very... Are we late or early? I think we're early by 5 hours. That happened. You either stay the same speed or you continue gaining on the speed. So just cutting people off. Da 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 da. Hey. Let's go to the right here. Good. He's tailgating. The copper is tailgating the other guy. The Vivaro. No, wait. Is it? It's a Mercedes, anyways. A surprise to be here, 'cause we founded the Karens. And they scream at the doors we bring in, a load of carrions to be here. Okay. I'll be here. These Karens don't give a crap about people, about nuking. When we nuke the world apart, we love Nagasaki. The Japanese must love that song now. I feel like making an actual video, a separate video, of me just making fun of the US anthem. Oops. As a parody. Not a lot of people do that though. I don't know when I'll do it, but I want to do it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I'm scared you're gonna blow your fuse. Come a little bit closer. Yeah.
Oh, tight turn.
I can really start over.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, there's someone waiting on me. You're just wasting my time because you're scared and lonely. Finally got some closure.
Slow them down.
Yeah, I can finally start over.
Speed up a little bit.
So all my ladies who got treat them right. Put your finger right in his face and tell that man bye-bye. I'm too
Fly. Fly. Bye-bye.
Here's to the memories
We're in the Netherlands now.
who used to be. Your friend said that you left me. I'm glad that's what you believe. So all my ladies who got a brother that doesn't treat them right, put your finger right in his face and tell that man
Bye-bye. To fly. Let's fly. Hey. Both hands are on the steering wheel. Like a professional. That's why you slam into vehicles on purpose. Oh God. Speed up. 93. A little bit banking. I'm the world's safest driver now. Da 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 da.
Come change my life for the better. Yeah. Stay for a while or forever. Come change my life. Let's go for a ride. Outside the club, we come alive. Let's go for a ride. Yeah. I wanna get to know you. I don't wanna leave so soon. You and me forever. Or maybe just for tonight. Do you wanna get to know me? I will give it all to you. You and me forever. Don't care about nothing else.
Okay. Let's go. Little bit of lag spikes. Why did I have to do that? Absolute numpties. Almost hit something. Oh, screw it, we're staying on this thing.
Estamos prendidos como el sol, de tanto farra hace calor. Estamos prendidos como el sol, como el sol. Me piden más y más, hasta que haga calor. Ella quiere jugar a nuestra canción. Cuando yo la vi solita, pues me pregunté qué pasa cuando me bailó cerquita. Eso fue descomunal. Dale, dale, trata, tú sabes cómo es. No se lo mami contra la pared. No me dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3. Dale, dale, trata, tú sabes cómo es. No se lo mami contra la pared. No me dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3. Que lo luce porque tiene belleza. Mueve ese purín con tremenda certeza. Hay con esos ritmos un par de cervezas. Ya nos ambientamos porque esto apenas comienza. Sé que nada de lo que veo acá nadie lo comprará, no está a la venta. Y yo le digo más, si tú perreas más, me empeñaría ya para esa vuelta. Como tú te mueves y bien, mami, te doy con gusto toda la vuelta. Es que como la playa de Miami, conmigo mami tú estás suelta. Tú sabes cómo es, no se lo mami contra la pared. No dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3. Dale, dale, trata, tú sabes cómo es. No se lo mami contra la pared. No dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3. Esa muñequita de juguetería, a lo Toy Story yo soy tu tía. En todos mis pasos la baby confía. Perrea de noche pero es santa de día. Dile al DJ que le pongo una de tono. Si no un perreíto pa' moverlo bien cabrón. Le saca ritmo a cualquier canción y que tiene un cantante y se retó el corazón. Yeah, yeah. Como tú te mueves así,
Rotterdam.
te doy con gusto toda la vuelta. Busca como la playa de Miami. Conmigo mami tú estás suelta. Tú sabes cómo es. No se lo mami contra la pared. No dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3. Dale, dale, trata, tú sabes cómo es. No se lo mami contra la pared. No dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3. La vi solita, pues me pregunté qué pasa cuando me bailó cerquita. Eso fue descomunal. Dale, 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 trata, tú sabes cómo es. No se lo mami contra la pared. No dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3. Dale, dale, trata, tú sabes cómo es. No se lo mami contra la pared. No dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3.
Esta vez sentía que era eterno, tus besos fríos como el invierno. Lo sé, pero tal vez estás con otro que no te quiere. Pero yo te quisiera más que 1000 mujeres. Tiene que doler para sanar y cerrar esta herida. Y se siente vivir cuando no estás. Pero así es la vida, baby, tiene que doler para sanar y cerrar esta herida. Y se siente vivir cuando no estás. Que vivir no se olvida. Oh yeah, ¿qué tal si algún día nos vemos? Y me acuerdo de esos instantes. Si dejáramos el pasado y esos besos, pero los dos nos amaríamos como antes. Es que no es la realidad, pero si fuera verdad, creo que me parará todo ese dolor. Pero no me llevará a donde yo quiero estar, sin una imaginación a tu alrededor. El cielo está nublado y solo hoy, porque el sol me dijo, baby, ya me voy. Es duro que tú me trates como estoy. Yo por nadie cambiaría lo que soy. El cielo está nublado y solo hoy, porque el sol me dijo, baby, ya me voy. Es duro que tú me trates como estoy. Deja cicatrices, tiene que doler para sanar y cerrar esta herida. Y se siente vivir cuando no estás. Pero así es la vida, baby, tiene que doler para sanar y cerrar esta herida. Y se siente vivir cuando no estás. Que vivir no se olvida. Todo nos separa pero nada nos une. No lo arreglamos aunque tengo todo túnel. El tiempo lo siento, está perdido. Dale todo a lo no correspondido. Vea, que no te tenga a ti. Ya muchos quieren de mí, pero yo la tengo visto. Obvio que por eso te seguí. Es que me hiciste sentir como si yo fuera Cristo. El cielo está nublado y solo hoy, porque el sol me dijo, baby, ya me voy. Es duro que tú me trates como estoy. Yo por nadie cambiaría lo que soy. El cielo está nublado y solo hoy, porque el sol me dijo, baby, ya me voy. Es duro que tú me trates como estoy. Deja cicatrices, tiene que doler para sanar y cerrar esta herida. Y se siente vivir cuando no estás. Pero así es la vida, baby, tiene que doler para sanar y cerrar esta herida. Y se siente vivir cuando no estás. Porque vivir no se olvida. to rejoice brings everybody close, but I'll be missing you right next to me. Feels kinda lonely when you're a million miles away, but maybe there's a star to lead the way. 'Cause I wanna hold you when Santa's coming around and kiss you right beneath that mistletoe. Bring me good tidings, some goodwill to this man. Since now I got my wishes down to one. So check out my list, 'cause I've already got it done. I only pray that you were here with me. I wish that you were right here next to me. No, my one and only wishes.
Last stop, guys.
Have this strangest feeling, don't know what to believe in. 'Cause every time you touch me, I can't control my body. Baby, you are on my mind. All I think about, and I don't wanna stop. I don't wanna stop. Could you come closer to me? I just can't resist you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you're with me. My heart is beating. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you're with me. My heart is beating. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. It's like we're in a movie. I don't know how you do it. I look into your eyes and everything is different. Baby, you are on my mind. All I think about, and I don't wanna stop. I don't wanna stop. Could you come closer to me? I just can't resist you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. Baby, you are on my mind. I can't control
Ladle.
my body.
It's meant to be little.
Control my body. Body, 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 body. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help
Okay.
Think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace.
It's Fernbus. Ahmed, that is Fernbus. I think you're asking for the name. I know a little bit of Arabic, enough to understand what you just wrote. Welcome to Amsterdam, final stop of the ride. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Let me shut off the engine a bit. Thank you for watching. Shukran, since you speak Arabic. اللعبة اسمها فانباس من ألمانيا. There you go. Hopefully that helps a bit. Chicken. Oh, nice boat. You could actually go on these. Nice. You just can't drive them. Looks really beautiful. You could actually access the Oh, okay. Well, in that case. We're literally drowning. If I'm honest with you. We're underwater. We're literally under the texture. If I continue going down. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, texture. I went under the water. My bad. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. Time to end the stream. Thank you for watching, and peace.
On my own, but I don't know why. You hit the road, but you don't realize I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to call me back, 'cause I won't be there. I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to call me back, 'cause I won't be there. I won't look back. 'Cause I won't look back. I won't look back. 'Cause I won't look back. On my own, and I don't know why. She told me it's not your fault, but you don't realize that I never want to watch the truth in your eyes. There's a light that makes me blush. I won't look back when you're around. I won't
think twice when you're